Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters, fam.
Chatting it up, man. Let's go.
Wagwan, listen, Trav, good to have you back, bro. Back on the mains again. You had to do what you had to do, fam. So again, I just, had to take the fight, bro. In your you were moving like, the Charlo that's going through it. You was like that, Charlo. And I said, I could go manage what my bro can't manage at the moment. You know what I mean? Like,
the accuracy is hilarious. No,
I had to go back my brother's beef. You know what I mean? And just
I got to do the return press conference. When you're going through things in life, it's good to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than take it on by yourself. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I couldn't show up. I couldn't perform.
That's
so funny.
What a week, bro. What a week of stuff, and there's so much going on. And boxing just doesn't stay still, man. And you lot, apologies. We wanted to record. We actually tried to record. You lot saw the first video. For some strange reason, StreamYard allowed us to do the first part when we done the retro thing.
And then said
as
no.
soon as we wanted to start the next thing, StreamYard was down. But it's actually down. StreamYard was down across the board, by the way.
That was okay.
Yeah. StreamYard was down. So yeah,
I was pissed, bro. We were podded. We were podded, and I was thinking to myself, big man, what is going on, bro?
We tried to open up different apps, but then they said that they gave us a 15-minute timer to do these episodes. 15 minutes and create all new logins. That's nasty work. Now we won't do it.
Work out what's going on. Mad times, man.
That counts. But we're here. We want to let you know we're here.
Listen, big up to everyone that was leaving the comments on Retro Rounds on the Patreon. Yeah, man, I think this is definitely something that people are here for. Still, a couple fight recommendations people have been sending me. So, yeah, the next one should be a vibe.
The next one's going to be cold. We got some serious fights that we need to discuss, man. So, yeah, can't wait. That's going to be dope. But let's not waste no time. We got to get straight into it. There's a lot of stuff on the docket. But I want to start with this because awkward moment in the ring. My guy, Eddie Hearn, got Ben Shalomed. He got shalomed, bro. He got shalomed because, like, what are you talking about? Why'd you say you're a free agent? Why'd you say you're in the market?
Okay. I'm supposed to be in the pictures.
And you can't talk about pictures and me not being in them. No, seriously, no, it's mad. Hitchens had a wicked fight against Kambosos Jr., yeah? And he done what he needed to do, got the job done, and it was a dominant performance. It was we literally for me anyway, coming of age, because I think that was really, it was on the mains. And then what he did after it as well is put his name in the hat, basically, to shout out the way he called out T.O., he called out Devin's his whole family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the whole family is crazy. But that's what he did. So he does that and then says, I'm a free agent. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, just want to break it down step by step. Him on the mic, he's a personality still. Yeah. When he started talking, he's from New York, right? Yeah. That New York energy came through on the mic. I was thinking to myself, oh, this is a guy we need in the game. The energy was dope. The performance was solid. Kambosos, I think it's weird because Kambosos held a really random position in boxing, man. He came in and T.O. just let man in the weirdest way. And
one of the belts.
The Donny just had a great run. Yeah, he did. He won all the belts, bro. He gets to have his name in that conversation for the rest of his career. Like,
he's a unified champion.
Bro, just a game fighter, bro. Just always on. No, ain't he undisputed?
Undisputed, yeah, he's undisputed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Undisputed. That's mental.
That's what I'm saying.
In the four kings, for him to end up being the undisputed man of them, man, is crazy.
And it's one of the ones where you just say, bro, if Teofimo was locked in, I don't think this story even happens. But he went over there and he said, you know what? I'm the champ. I'm in Australia. You man, come see me. Devin Haney, you got to come here twice. I want to fight this guy. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Respect to how he's managed his career. Yeah, I mean, if this is the end, salute, bro. Art of war, baby. Anyway, Hitchens. That moment in the ring where he said he's a free agent must have been the maddest moment. You know what that's like? That's like someone, you're dating someone, you're in a relationship and you agree that this is an official relationship now, but you hear, man, on the main real interview, he's like, I'm single, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing. Ladies, if you're...
I'm going to up it for you. Have you seen them street interviews? When someone comes up to them and says, how long you lot been together? Yeah, we've been together for time. Can you check your phone? Can you look at your DMs? And they're like, yeah. Then after, all of a sudden, the guy's game. My girl. And it's like, wait, what's going on right now? That's how Eddie was in a relationship. As far as Eddie's concerned, open the DMs. What do you mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm with you. Like, what's going on? Like,
show them.
Like, with calmness, relaxed, because they're happy about the street interview. Like, yeah, black love, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? And then it just becomes dark in that moment, bro. And then bro, man said, this is how I know it was crazy. He goes, listen, they've done a great job. Matchroom, thank you. Last 2 years built me up and got me to the space. So he's recognized how good this relationship's been. Mm-hmm. But he's like, I'm ready for big fights now. I'm ready for what's he doing? And we knew Eddie was rattled because he spoke about the time, the effort, this loyalty. Like, he spoke about Turkey Al-Sheikh wouldn't let him fight. Apparently, he won't let him fight unless he signed to Eddie Hearn. I find that interesting. Yeah.
That is interesting. And it's interesting for a few reasons, because obviously when TKO was announced, you started to think, he could either poach fighters or see those guys as competition.
Yeah.
But that weird note of confidence is like, no, you came in with him, so you fight with him. That's an interesting dynamic to understand.
But my guy, Mr. Al-Sheikh is like basically been on the energy of fighters can get what they're looking for. I'm not, I'm gonna give fighters space to make their choices. So it is a bit of it's an interesting one, but I feel like relationships have been damaged, I would say, in terms of at the top with promoters. Something's going on, and they're probably trying to make the best of this situation. But you can see that it's not as it once was. Like, when was the last time we saw all three of them together? His Excellency, Frank Warren, like chummy. Like, you know how it was in the rollout of this friendship.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
It's that thing, bro. It's that once dynamics change, it is different, bro. It's like, okay, cool. Let's say you're chilling with your brethren, yeah? He's an actor. It's cool. You guys are friends. Like, you guys are cool. And, you both get the email at the same time for this role. And it's like Marvel, something significant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, raw. And it's one of the ones where you might be a bit quiet to just tell, man, just in case. But it's like, you just get the audition. And you're like, yeah. It's like, Marvel thing. Yeah. What are you up for? Same role. You see that dynamic in that moment? Brother, it has changed. It's different now. Oh my gosh, the air just got thick in here. Do you know what? We've got 17 seconds left of this exchange. I gotta go.
We have to decide. We have to decide how we're gonna move on and handle this as brethren. We have to. It has to be addressed in that conversation, or you leave with imagination. And imagination is so bad in these moments right now. Because and I think, and you're right, because I think when TKO, Dana, everyone came to the party, a conversation was needed. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. I don't care. He said we knew it was gonna do it, but I don't think everyone was involved as in what this all looks like. Mm-hmm. Now we're seeing people make moves. Like, I think everyone's doing their own fights now. More Matchroom event.
Yep.
Queensbury event. Like, it's crazy.
Frank's going to Queensbury by himself. He's 61. Do you understand? Everyone said, oh, I didn't even know you was on this. this week. Oh, you're trying to do the promote thing as well. Okay. You know your brother's next to you. You know you're gonna have a chat, but it's like, okay, calm now, big up. As soon as you get in the car. Yeah, that's mad still. I didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
I didn't even know that's what he was on. I thought he was just trying to see fights. All right, calm. Yeah.
Wait, when's that fight? Wait, Queensbury. Wait, Dubois versus Usyk.
July 19th.
Where's the video?
No movie. There's no movie trailer. That's right. Because that's Turkey's thing. Yeah? Frank's back on the... If we see posters, then we know for sure it's back on the old route.
Oh, my God!
You understand?
All we're not going to do is go back to posters.
But you have to understand, yeah? When it's Team Queensbury now, and they're in the car, you got that one friend that's got no filter. So I told you shouldn't have patterned with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
You gave man the sauce.
Bro.
You gave man the sauce. I told you at the time.
You lot was acting like it's your thing. I'm telling you, it's not your thing. Watch my man. Nah, look. That's what's happening right now.
Where's the movie? No, he's going to be the one that says, but where's the movie that we're meant to make? Where's the rollout? Where's Usyk like as a zombie? Where's Dubois?
Where's Scorsese?
Where are these men?
Email Scorsese and tell him we need one as well, then. You see what I'm saying? Like, so now, this is what's happened. Where now men are saying, yo, we was on holiday for way too long. We got to go back home and start sorting out what we're doing.
It's when you make holiday friends.
It feels like a forever thing.
Yeah, it's like when we fly home, man.
You're not even gonna show me. I'm never gonna think of you, bro.
Yeah, it's mad. It's nasty work, but it's an understanding as well because to let the holiday friend really try to check in on some. Oh, I'm back in London now.
Listen. Yeah, exactly. What?
This ain't how this works.
You're putting every day.
Yeah, like stop this. You know, literally in the words of stop this.
Oh. What are we doing, bro?
So no, honestly, I can't believe because we're talking about they still need each other.
They do.
So we're not fully alone. That's why he can't just sign there. I think there's this, while it's a bit techie at the moment, and we're all trying to, because we could fix it and everyone be okay, all work together and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But while the grounds is tetchy, we're not going to rock the boat. Stay with him because
that's right.
Because it's a declaration of war. Once you do that one, let's say he signed him, you're now saying, oh, you're a real, you're real up. You're not a kind of up. You've actually announced, you know what? I'm the op, and I'm here to take what's yours, really. Like, we all can't exist as one, which I said in the beginning.
That's him saying, I'm on what I'm on. What? That's too bold. Yeah. So it's one of the ones where, for the sake of the managing the tension in the area, Turkey said, hey. If you've come in with him, you stay with him. That's how this works. So as a shark to shark note of respect to say, hey, I'm not gonna fight you dirty. You understand? You know when the mafia mob bosses have a sit down, they go, hey,
yeah.
Watch. I know one of your guys got whacked, but I just want to let you know that was not one of our guys because the respect is here.
That's too funny. But yeah, so I think just lastly on this thing with Eddie Hearn though, man, and the Hitchin thing, Eddie's got to literally pay true attention to Matchroom. Like true attention, and he's just little, like having his guy, and it's so hard because we're always gonna be, now we've watched the relationship, we're looking for a similar thing. So we're either looking for, we've seen how he's been with AJ. We're either looking for him to do that, recreate that with Connor, or somebody though, because he's had that Dillian. Matchroom was that thing, and what we need to see is Matchroom back on the map, heavy the way we once knew it. But I feel like something significant needs to happen with his roster for that to take place, really. And because right now it's Connor and Connor's already locked in with Eubank, and we don't know what's going on next. Actually, I think that's a good pivot.
That's a good segue. Yeah. So I thought about Connor. Basically, Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis. Yeah, Boots Ennis. Yeah. He's going up to 154 from 147.
Yeah.
And immediately I thought of Conor Benn in that moment because I'm thinking to myself, mate, the gates are opening a lot wider in terms of you going in and dominating 147. Do you know what I'm saying? Or really taking a stab at being a proper champion in that weight. Because that's his weight class. Yeah. And I think there's guys in the weight right now that he could beat if they was to go in there next. Do you understand? So it's like I looked at it, I thought to myself, I understand there's money in the Eubank fight, and that's probably going to be the move. So let's have it right. That's gonna be the move. But it's one of them ones where I just looked at it, I thought to myself, also you gotta hurry up and get back to that 147 and not change your body to the point where you can't exactly. Because now I'm looking at it. Well, look at it like this, yeah. He's gonna go into that Eubank fight and probably get closer to 160, right? The reality is he shouldn't get closer to 160. He should try and maintain the weight he came at before, 156, I think he came in at. So that way it's an easier return back to 147. If he starts to climb these weights just to get a better advantage in that fight, which he might do because at the end of the day, I'm here to win. It's one of the ones where you say, going back down 147, that's 13 pounds. Like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
So, I just don't know, man. Look, let's really deep this one. He's taking the biggest fight of his life, biggest paydays of his life right now. He's never gonna be able to go back and be a 147 fighter. I can't see that happening. There's no way, bro. Like, look what he's done to get to this. It's 160, you're saying. You got to go back to how? Right now, he's eating, like, he's living a lifestyle because he knows he's going to fight Eubank and be at that certain specific weight. You're asking a lot for his body to go back. Like, everyone's been predicting that Boots was going to make this change soon. And he's finally done it. And with me, so how, like, and he gets older. By the time he gets in the ring again, you're telling him potentially if he wins this next fight against Eubank, that's getting us all the way for a trilogy next year. So you're telling me he's fought at the weight he is now for the last 2 to 3 fights, and you're going to make him go all the way back to 147? Crazy.
I hear what you're saying. It's not a kind ask, but it's going to require some sacrifice on his part in terms of the Eubank situation. He can't give that 3 fights. If he gives that 3 fights at 160, he's going to be a middleweight going forward. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And all I'm saying is that the potential for his career overall is there's a much higher ceiling than if he stays at this 160. Because this is only one person that's going to keep you at middleweight. You don't want to be a middleweight. You don't want to be looking at Canelo and these other bona fide middleweights, Caleb Plant and these people. I can't see Conor in there seeing them men there. Those weight classes, obviously those guys are 168. I think there's some of the guys I mentioned, but even like just some of the Charlos, 160 at Charlo. It's like, this is not what Conor Benn he's built for. We've seen Conor Benn in person. I've seen his dimensions. I don't see a middleweight when I think of him or when I recall seeing him standing next to him. You know what I mean? When you're around Eubank Jr., I've met Eubank Jr. before, and it's like, I can look at him and see, you're a middleweight. Do you know what I mean? Probably you could stretch to 168 now that you're older, but your natural settings is 160. Conor's 147. So I think the side mission can't become the whole mission, and you stay a middleweight.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. It's the only thing is money is playing an excellent part in this conversation, and Conor Benn's a star. That's where we are. Conor Benn is a star. Eubank's a star. They had a breakout moment. they're recognizable faces in boxing, and they're about to do it again. So their style will only get bigger. For boxing's sake, we kind of need a Conor win.
Yeah.
We kind of need that just for the story to continue more. Are you with me? Like, or if it's the same similar fight, if it's exactly the same, but a draw, dope. Because now it's like, well, Connor's real, and he's been real. They've seen that moment, but then Eubank has killed himself to do this weight thing anyway. So guess what, guys? Let's just move on. Both people's brands are intact. Are you with me? I don't think there's nothing. The Eubank brand is secure. It's fine. Even on a loss, Eubank, he can move on because he's Eubank. He's just very good he's one of the best salesmen in boxing at the moment right now. Like, he can make a card about himself. We saw the Undisputed fight, and it was more about Eubank than it was about Bivol and Bataviev. So he can pull the show. You know, Connor's letting us know that he's got show-stealing capabilities. We just need to make some really good decisions. But I think this fight is gonna be the one, just because he's brave. He's everything that they accuse Haney of not being. He's everything they accuse Haney of not being. He's just braver in the ring. He's gonna take more risks. He's gonna put on the line. Like, I was even watching this clip of him talking. It's a clip of Rampage Jackson and his son, and they're just going at it, bro. And I think Connor in the chat, like in the comments, like he said that to his dad, and I thought, you're just this person that's on smoke at all times, like
every day, bro. Every day.
Smoke. Like, imagine just naturally being on smoke like that. That's crazy.
Bro, that's what was so comical about the videos we were doing about him in the beginning, because we could see that that's the gear. This frequency was on. Anywhere this brother's at, straight. Kusaev. He's on it, bro. But I think that's what makes it so good to watch him in the ring, because there's a consistency from personality to fight style. He's that guy. I'm throwing this shot with every part of my being, bro. And the next one. Next one. That's what I'm on.
About his family dating. We're talking about my sister's dating. We talking
That's what I'm saying. Everything was getting to him to the point that he just wanted to lash out. And I'm just like, mate, you ain't even grown up on the end like that. You're just on it. So it's like, that's one of the ones that you say it's not on you, it's in you, bro. That's
like Josh Taylor energy, because he had that at one stage.
At one point, yeah, for sure. Now I look at Eubank in this mix, and I think to myself, because obviously he wants the Canelo fight. Yeah, if they fight again, he wants the Canelo fight afterwards. And I look at that and I think to myself,